two cups on one side of the piano and on the other side of the piano. In one of the cups, it's got lots of numbers, and each one of these numbers corresponds to a bar in a piece that a student is learning. The student picks a piece of paper out of here. What's this random one I'm picking out? I think it said 40. Yes, number 40. The student plays bar 40. We've already checked that the number of bars that the piece has got and the number in here corresponds. So they look at bar 40 and they play it straight off. No bars either side, just that one bar. If it goes well, that goes into the second cup. Hooray! If it doesn't work, then it goes back into the first cup to be repeated again. So this is a really enjoyable game that you can introduce to your students, intermediate level students in particular, to help them avoid the tendency to just play through a piece from the beginning. Let's just put this in context a little bit more. As I say, it's going to be for intermediate students. Um, and it's going to be at the point where a student is maybe 3 to 4 weeks before they're going to perform. That might be in a concert or it might be in an exam. And I'm sure you've experienced students who just continuously play from the beginning through to the end. And then, because they're relying on that muscle memory, and of course, muscle memory is the first thing that will go as you go into fight or flight mode, as if you're a little bit nervous on that exam stall, that disappears. And in the exam room or in the concert hall, they are left with nothing because they haven't really embedded that music. So this gives them the ability to be able to start and pick it up at any point because we know mistakes are going to happen. That is one certainty. The mistakes are going to happen. What we're wanting them to do is to be robust enough to be able to pick up the music again at any point. So you start with a random bar number sheet, a bit like this. This is one I've created, and you'll be able to find a link how to get hold of this in the comments below. Start with this. Depends on how many bars the piece has got that you're going to use for each student. But start with something like this. You can create it yourself very easily. Cut it all up. Get a couple of cups. I've just got a couple of curious ones here and give it to the students and tell them to take it home and do that practice. I think they will tend to. Then, as I say, some of them will find this very hard, especially if they have that built-in muscle memory. So think for them how you can reduce the load of on their brain. How can you make it doable? And doability is a really important thing in practice. So you might just want to get them in a lesson to choose 4 or 5 bars, or if necessary, passages, and they put those in the cups. And when they pick them out, they play that particular passage. Okay, so that's a way of reducing the cognitive load, the difficulty level down. As I say, this idea of doability is really important. But this is so much fun. A little extension of it, you could put a timer on, how quickly can they get through it. Another extension is to get post-it notes and you write a bar on the post-it notes, not necessarily every bar, this is the hard bars, and you put them around the room and the student runs to a post-it note, looks at the number, comes back, finds it, plays it. And that little bit of energy really helps. Okay, so there we are, a fun way and an engaging way of helping our students avoid playing from bar one. That actually is going to make a huge difference in when they're on that concert hall, piano stool, or in the exam room. Let me know how you get on.